Do you know that you have international multilateral human rights treaties? Did you know that? I don't want anyone else to continue being manipulated. And so therefore, I want to gift my time to read these international human rights treaties to you so that you are formally aware of all of your rights. These are the tools and what are called the human rights instruments that should be played. We're going to go to Google search and we're going to type in the ICCPR treaty. And then we're going to make sure that we go to the full covenant. This treaty is one of several of our human rights instruments. This is a core instrument and a universal instrument. This is called the International Covenant on the Civil and Political Rights. It was adopted December the 16th in 1966 by the General Assembly by their resolution. You can also view the ratification status by each country by selecting the blue text right underneath where it says you can download the PDF. So we're going to click that. I want to show you. So this gives you the map. I'll zoom in a little bit so that you can see, hopefully. So you can see that the signature in 1966 was ratified on the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. And you can click on those treaties and you can read those for yourself. I highly recommend that you do. The International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, as you can see here. The United States actually was a signatory in 1977 to the ICCPR treaty, and they ratified it in 1992. They also made a declaration that they did this. And now I'm going to read this treaty. The preamble. The states parties to the present covenant, considering that in accordance with the principles proclaimed in the Charter of the United Nations, recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Recognizing that these rights derive from the inherent dignity of the human person, recognizing that in accordance with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the ideal of free human beings enjoying civil and political freedom and freedom from fear and want can only be achieved if conditions are created whereby everyone may enjoy his civil and political rights as well as his economic, social, and cultural rights, considering the obligation of states under the Charter of the United Nations to promote universal respect for and observance of human rights and freedoms, realizing that the individual having duties to other individuals and to the community to which he belongs is under a responsibility to strive for the promotion and observance of the rights recognized in the present covenant. Agree upon the following articles. All peoples have the right of self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. All peoples may, for their own ends, freely dispose of their natural wealth and resources without prejudice to any obligations arising out of international economic cooperation based upon the principles of mutual benefit and international law. In no case may a people be deprived of its own means of subsistence. The states parties to the present covenant, including those having responsibility for the administration of non-self-governing and trust territories, shall promote the realization of the right of self-determination, and shall respect that right in conformity with the provisions of the Charter of the United Nations. Article 2. Each state party to the present covenant undertakes to respect and to ensure to all individuals within its territory and subject to its jurisdiction the rights recognized in the present covenant, without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. There's a lot to read. I'll do this in segments, so stick around for part 2.